We're alive.
Great. Welcome back. House Appropriations Committee, still Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. A little bit after 3:15 or so. We had a little bit of an update. Things are going on the floor, but we're going to see if we can stay here to get through, at least going through the language, not so much to decide whether or not it's closed or not, but do we have an understanding of what it is? And if mark the ones that we want our joint fiscal office to help to schedule some more information. So we left off on page 29 at E307. Great. Long-term care personal needs allowance. This is language necessary to execute this blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to ask Maria, is this new, or it's not saying it's annual language? This to me is something new.
Yeah, I believe it is new.
Okay. So market is new, and we're going to need to know what that's about and whether or not we really want to do that and how much is it going to cost us, right? So Maria, can you note that we're going to need somebody to come in and talk to us about that?
Yes, I will.
All right, you're the best. Okay, E309, Vermont cost sharing reductions. I've got a star on this. Financial assistance to individuals. VCRS is a state-funded program to reduce out-of-pocket costs for eligible qualified healthcare enrollees. Federal changes. All right, I don't know enough about that to be okay. That looks fairly newish or in response to something. So I got a star question. Maybe healthcare will straighten us out on that one, okay? E312, public health. This is normal to me. Yep, look at that. Annual language that provides guidance to the Department of Health. Okay, this is that fund. I know that fund. Yep, there's a guy's name involved. Okay, this is $475,000 annually, goes to that breakdown that you see below. I don't think anybody's will hear from it, but it's an annual allotment.
Which version? I wonder.
Go ahead.
No, I had a 310 in the electronic version, and you don't have a 310.
I have 475.
No, sir.
No, there's no E310.
E310.
No, it's E312.
I go
public
from
health.
9 to 12.
Yep. Must be there was nothing happening in.
No, there is an A310.
They have-
Several of
I
us
have a
have.
310. You know what? You're not.
Health, 312.
We're on different pages.
Yeah.
What's
So
the date
what-
of the one you have?
This is the original language.
I know, but they've got something different. Pat and I have been noticing for a while. What is your?
Mine is just the original language.
Mine doesn't have-
stuff that we got.
Mine says I got
It's a
it.
subsequent.
Mine says 13123
I put that
Adam.
on myself.
I don't have that.
Okay, well, I write it when I get it. As soon as I get a document, I
Yeah,
date it.
I have the same one you do though.
Yeah, with the yellow.
Section A1.
I grabbed it from our website, so I don't remember.
Oh, I don't have yellow. Did you put the yellow on?
No,
Oh,
this is
so I'm
when it comes to us from Adam when he hands it out.
But they have a 310, they don't have a 311.
So what's in 310?
Vermont prescription monitoring system.
So,
That's really weird.
Maria, did that,
310, okay.
is that out or in?
So are you saying that there's a section E310?
Yeah.
Some people have it in their language
Right.
and some of us don't.
Oh, did we get updates on this language?
So while they're doing that,
Mine does not have a 310, but that does not,
she said they did.
let me look.
I don't have a date on it.
There we go. Good job. I'm breathing. I just yeah, it's good.
It could have been updated, let me see.
Anyway, will you track that down and see, because we must have different versions.
I think that there were updates and we just gotta make sure everybody's on the most recent one.
That's why our page is.
Adam must have sent a version after this.
Up to that point.
Or we have the second version.
Well,
No, I think.
no, I have the first one and you probably have the
Yeah,
second.
so do I.
I don't have a 310.
I don't have a 310 either.
So I would
Do you have
imagine,
a 310?
don't.
no.
I have what was handed out
Mine
to
is,
the committee.
Me too. I do have. Okay, so they're gonna have to figure this out.
It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Circle by it and we'll keep going.
Yeah. So I wrote in mine E310 prescription monitoring system, and that you guys will, the JFO will figure out which version is,
Okay.
which one is the one that they sent to us, the update. Did they update it to include the 310, or did they update it to take it? That's what we don't know.
Did you have a prescription monitoring system? Somehow, why don't we just start? I don't remember where that was.
Right. They're not gonna, they can resolve that.
Right.
They'll have to ask the administration, because they either put it in the update, or they took it out.
Adam, when he went through the language.
And they might have taken it out in the update.
Right.
I remember someone.
Yeah, we don't know. All right. 312 though, noted to self, that's the 475. We got that.
That's the,
I'm glad I called the numbers then.
yes.
Then E318 is the paid family leave piece, the governor's, or that's the poverty level
Yes, it's just
substitute.
annual language.
Needs medication.
So this is FPL increase,
Yeah, that's new.
CCFAP. Oh,
But-
this is what increases their eligibility.
400%.
This is the
This is-
$56 million piece.
This is,
part of it.
this is tied to their childcare. That only passes if we accept those.
Right, exactly. So you can
Right.
skip over all of that, because that's gonna be a part of the bigger childcare package.
Sheriff, could I just?
Oh, yes, ma'am, please.
So we both checked our updated versions.
Uh-huh.
The updated version does not have a 310,
Okay,
and so,
so he must have taken it out.
The old one.
yeah, I think you have an old one,
Chris said I
so,
do.
so we need to print you out.
Give
or-
her some, yeah. Thank you.
Then you can transfer it on.
Yeah, that's why I don't write it over three
Or you could just
times, we just like three updates.
Because it's, yeah,
That,
I've done a lot of annotating, so I'm not gonna try
So
to.
cross off your 310 there, Pat.
yep.
Okay.
All right.
You want the 318?
The 318 we're not doing. I mean, we don't know if we're gonna do it.
Well, we don't know it, but I think
That's a part of, that's childcare.
I think they're gonna recommend it.
Well, they're gonna recommend the.
Yeah, we're done, yeah.
This.
Yeah.
Exactly. That'll go through a
Okay.
couple of iterations
And is
before.
that true for 318.1?
Yep,
That's-
and,
that's
and
upside down.
321 is not the same. This language is needed for DCF to carry out the exception to the general assistance housing rule due to, okay. I got a star on that one. Commissioner of Child made, is this, we're gonna need to understand that one. Is this going back to so the question for me is like, is that going back to the pre-pandemic?
Yeah.
Or is it
Yes.
different? So we're gonna
Yes.
need,
is
so
more restrictive.
JFO, can you have somebody tell us later if that's different or new, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we don't have to decide right now.
Yep.
Okay, reach first.
This
Oh, is it that
This
new?
is a new proposed pilot.
Yep, this amendment aligns, so we're not gonna decide on that,
We
so
should
we're
not
waiting
decide
here.
it yet.
We're waiting here. Reach first, waiting here. I'm following along. You following with me? Right? Check that, check that. I always draw a line. That's just me, because like between,
Oh, no, wait, I take it back. Reach first.
there's a lot going
There's
on
several
there.
things going on. They're changing the language part of this, but I do know that human services is addressing this,
Yeah,
so we
so
should
we
wait
don't,
anyway.
yeah, we're not doing any, we just kind of figure out, we know that that'll probably come from them.
Yeah, all the way through.
All the reach
full next
ahead,
page,
turning to
next
page
page.
34.
34, same
Reach
thing.
ahead, yep.
There's lots of
The
reaching.
pilot is on the end of 34. That's the new program, but the rest is like little
Yep.
changes, but human services has thoughts.
Yep. So we'll get that whole package from them. And I'm sure we'll have Teresa Wood and maybe some of the members of Human Services walk us through their letter again. I found that extremely helpful. Okay, so Department of, excuse me.
Choices.
You heard that, didn't you, World? 4:00, I've got a meeting. DCF, the appropriations is active $12,730,98, blah,
Are
blah,
you
blah.
at 324?
Nope, 325.
Accrual.
That's annual language for
Standard,
the,
okay.
yeah. But the Office of Economic Opportunity,
Oh.
annual language that authorizes spending to HOP, okay. Financial coaching, yeah, we've had some ideas around
I
that
think
from the
this is-
VAA that might,
Yeah, I think this is gonna be addressed too in the human services letter. This is a
Yeah,
policy change.
but we know what it is, and it's annual language, so
Yeah.
they'll do their thing.
Mhm.
Okay, and then the next one is weather station assistance, yep, annual language.
So we're gonna hear from,
Yep, we're not closing it, I'm just do we need other
right, okay.
childcare facility financing language? This language is statute cleanup.
Years hasn't been done. That's probably okay, but we'll find.
Yep, exactly, I'm hearing you, that's exactly how I would think, it's like probably okay, but we'll not. Developmental disabilities annual report, oh, this assistant care plan, that's every 5 or 7 years. That's, oh, they want to move the date to February 15th instead of January 15th, the department. This language extends the deadline for the annual developmental disabilities legend by 1 month, which will allow Dale adequate time. Okay, sounds good, we'll wait to hear, but it sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Besides, that's Carrie's. 330 interpreters. This language removes reference. Didn't we do this in BAA? No. Why did I, why am I remembering this? Because you read it a couple times, Di, that's why you're remembering it.
No, I think we did, there was
I swear to God,
language,
there was something.
there was language related to,
EMV related.
yeah, but it's
Yeah,
not
this
this.
is interpreters, then the next
This
is
is a cleanup.
interpreters. Yep,
You notice that they're just,
Interpreters,
it's like they're just
interpreters.
changing the
They're
spelling.
changing the spelling and-
capitalize.
Yeah,
right,
trivial.
it's all a bunch of, yep. Then we
So
just
those
go,
are probably okay.
probably. So this is how quickly we go, interpreters on 330.4. Language corrects deaf and hard of hearing to deaf, just capitalize it for, okay. Okay. All that, all that
There's a
good,
lot of pages.
all
in
that
this.
good cleanup. Somebody did some good summer work. Correction out-of-state beds. This is Representative Squirrel's domain. Unexpended funds, oh, that one we don't even touch until he's ready. Right? Just put his name next to it.
Yeah, this language is pretty standard, but it's going to be tied in with all
The
the
bigger picture.
conversations.
Yep. Oh, and then we've got the big one, the next one. Yep, I put a big star on that. Community High School Vermont funding.
You know where that's going.
Establishes the use of the education fund for the Community High School of Vermont. So they're gonna, I bet Ways and Means has got it in their letter that says, oh, no, we're
Have your
not.
letter. You
Yeah.
say no, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so that, put a star on that one. That's gonna get kicked around
Ways and Means.
high school.
Oh,
Back and forth.
238 corrections, correctional services. This language provides Department
Oh,
of
this is the
Corrections.
supplemental, yeah.
So
Yeah,
with-
just the part.
This is Springfield. Yep, there it is.
Springfield
And
and Newport
Newport.
pilot.
We're gonna be fine with that. Because that's the way it goes. 338.1, home detection program repeal. Funding for the home detection program is eliminated.
Oh, that's in corrections.
Okay, so that's gonna be a repeal question for them.
They don't want to repeal it.
Eligible misdemeanor community supervisor furlough. Don't know what that's about. That's new.
What number are you on now?
338.2, that's, I'm just gonna put stars that
Defunct language.
defunct language directly tied to. So, Maria, those two, we'll just, I'm not saying they're problem, but I need a little more explanation about what it does.
Okay, and just so you know, we also sent that to institutions, so.
Okay,
And
good.
they brought us back language, that was that 9 pages of stuff.
Excellent.
And that had to do with at least 338.1 and 338.3.
There we go. Okay, so let's just put their name next to here and we'll see what they have to say. We still need to understand what it does. Oh, and then we get into education. We're getting close to the end, getting close. Annual language to ensure global commitment funds. That's, the E500 is normal, right? I'm looking at Maria.
Yes, it is.
Okay. We can check that off. And universal after school and summer pursuant of Act 164 of 2020, which indicates that, okay, yep, there it is, cannabis sales tax revenue to support grant programs. There you go. That was done in the bill. Are they changing it?
Well, no, this I think is really more about it's that, but it's also
Oh, they got a little bit
grants, and
different.
it's a bit more than what we're talking about.
Great, or that we originally did.
So we,
Yep, that we'll hear about that from,
Mark and I. have this,
Education?
I'm guessing, yeah, education.
Could we also, I think it'd be worth asking about this in the context of the ask in the DCF agency for a related purpose. It'd be just interesting to know how these two pieces interact, because
oh, well, you can, that goes way back. This, that we established in what year? 2020, when we passed the cannabis bill.
but it would be curious to know how the new ask in DC, I'm not questioning that, there is a
Oh.
new ask this year that appears to duplicate this work. So we just,
DCF is an advisor on this.
Yeah,
there's a new financial ask in DCF to set up a parallel system that does the same thing. It would just be interesting to know how those two parallel systems with the same target are
okay,
coordinated.
you can check it out.
Yeah, I will.
Is my impression has been, am I wrong, that this is sort of the governor's, part of the governor's child care program, and that whatever we do is going to interact with this?
Yeah, this goes way back to when we passed the cannabis bill, that when we wanted to, and I don't know what this changes in there, but it looks like it's tying it even more so. The money from a percentage of the, or point, or some point of the cannabis sales goes to after school.
Right, about 3 million, Adam Gresham said,
Yep,
estimated, yeah.
yep. And so I'm not too sure what this does or how that interacts with it, but I don't need to know right now today. But we'll need to know if it impacts what we did in the past. Because that's a big deal. And Representative Holcomb's right, there is after school and school, but after school is totally separate from, except for some of them have them in the same building. Okay, E, 500.2. I don't know what that is. Amends current reporting requirements to include actual prior year's results and additional statistics.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Representative Mahaly, have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it, I don't understand what it means.
Okay, well, we'll just put a star in there. We're going to need to, so,
I think last year we started asking for more data from the Agency of Education than we were
Oh.
getting. And so I'm guessing that some of this is
some of that's that.
related to that.
So maybe we'll hear from education and or for you in the future on what that's about. And how does that play into the universal chart of accounts, which is in some state of someplace? Okay, 502, special education formula grants. The language establishes how much of the special education funding formula will be used in. I don't know. I'm not going to, yep,
This one, 503, and
yep.
504, I confess that, I mean, I read it, but I don't understand it. And I don't understand the significance of these.
All right, so let's ask JFO if we can get somebody, regardless of what education says, can we get somebody to make sure we understand the formula grants and the state place students and the flexible pathways, I know, but you know.
Okay, that's a good idea because,
Early college, the market
there are a lot of
fast.
new people and it's a
Yeah.
good idea just to, okay, fine. I think-
Yeah, we don't need like a half a day, we need like a half an hour.
Yeah,
Okay,
Maria, I can get together with you once and we can talk this through, particularly once I'm allowed back in the building.
okay, yep.
yeah, but we're all gonna need to learn from it. 514, state teachers retirement system, you've got that's annual stuff, but
Yeah,
you know your numbers,
okay.
right?
Yeah,
Okay, and then 515 is also standard.
yeah, we have to check, there's something wrong with 515. Oh, no. It was 514.1 is screwy, but 515 is okay.
Yep, there is no 514.1 here.
No, not in the language, it's okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. E600 University of, well, this is their standard language around, yep. Yep, this is, yep. Same thing with the state colleges, that's normal every year. And oh, this is the 50, I put a star that one.
This goes with their proposed $10 million. And we will have to change this probably.
Okay,
Even if we don't go with their proposal, I don't think it can be used for tuition reduction. I think it's going to have to be scholarship.
oh, is this where they're asking to switch out the 10 million one time for the 6 million base?
Yeah, I think so. They say if it's one time, all the one-time money like VSAC's 802 opportunity, which is really great, all the one-time money has to be scholarship because they can't, if it isn't appropriated the next year, then they just don't give the scholarship the next year. But with tuition, with one-time money, they can't do tuition reduction because they just can't tell
They
students.
can't guarantee that, you got tuition reduction for a day.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know what's possible, but you just saw that big long list that we got from Sarah.
Yeah.
So if we should move, that would have to break into that front side of the,
Yeah, that's the 10 million. Yeah, it's in there.
yeah, but I meant like if we were to, base is a lot harder to come by.
Right, I understand.
Yeah. Oh,
I
is that
mean,
me?
worst comes to worst. By the way, this money, 802 Opportunity already gives free CCV tuition to anybody under 75%, under 75,000 adjusted gross income. So this 10 million effectively is for people over the 75%.
Over 75,000 or 75?
75,000, yeah, because 802 Opportunity funds them below. And so I think we've got to just look at the combination of these things together and figure out what makes sense.
Is there enough money in 802 Opportunity to fund all of the under, what is it, under 72?
The 802 Opportunity is a VSAC to a scholarship that gives a full scholarship to CCV to anyone under 75,000 bucks adjusted gross income. And what's VSAC's ask of us is that program is so key that it shouldn't be just one time. That should be a base. And actually, the colleges agree. They've told me that if they don't get anything, they'd like VSAC to get that.
Put your hand up.
Okay, the one about
Go ahead.
scholarship, and I don't know if you've gotten this, Mark, an explanation, but that's last dollar scholarship after
Yeah.
your Pell grant, institutional grant, federal loan grant. I mean, that's at the very end, so it's not a full scholarship up front. It's the last.
The 802?
It's the last, 802 is the last dollar scholarship. I just did a memo and I can give it to you, that was checked out by the college people, and it compares, it shows how these programs all work together.
Oh, that's nice. At some point, I'd love to see that. That sounds.
Well, I
We've
just
got all
finished
the
it an
programs
hour
next to
ago. I'll
each
send
other.
it to you.
Yeah, don't send it to me now. I'll never see it. But I'm glad you got it.
I've got it. I'll give it to you when I see it.
Yeah, sometime in the future. All right. Allied Health is the next page. E603. Global commitment funding monies are available until.
Standard language, I think.
Yeah, okay. That's the AHAC, or I don't want, no, I'm not, don't think about it, Stan. Next one is also standard language with the section added to continue to Vermont. All right, we check that standard language on that unless you change your mind, sir.
Okay.
All right. 6051 is also standard language. We're getting close. 10 minutes. Now we get good. We're into E700, Clean Heat Homes Program. I got a star next to that. Is this new? Codifies the creation. Yeah.
Stood up.
Codifies the creation of the Clean Heat homes program to which funds are appropriated in B. So this has got one-time money next to it.
Yeah. I
Mm.
think this is the governor's alternative to the affordable heat program.
Yeah, so it's A&R to Efficiency Vermont, is what I wrote.
5 million?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, don't know anything about that. We'll have to learn about, that's probably gonna come in a bill. E900 Transportation Fund Reserve, okay, this, I think,
Statutory.
yeah, but is this what, did we do this?
Stabilization was.
Did we do this in BAA? No, but it's regular, yeah. So, Maria,
Yeah, so they want to exclude some,
Yeah.
$3 million from having to reserve against it. The one thing I'm just not clear on is what the $23 million, I know that Chris would know,
okay,
it's not 20, it's 24 million.
so the question is, okay, I'm sure it's fine, but then we did two things in BAA for transportation, 23, 24, but this is prior, oh, that's because they gave back the 24 million in the carry forward. So they pulled it out of those past years,
That
so
makes
therefore it
sense.
dropped their 5% down.
Yeah, that's.
So to calculate the 24 debt requirement of 5% for prior year appropriation reversions of the 24 are excluded. Fine, that sounds,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, E1000 capital expenditure cash fund, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thinking plan.
No doubt there.
Yeah, and then
And the same.
the last one is, okay, yeah, we're gonna save those stuff.
Because that
That's a big,
aligns with the
oh
capital
my
expenditure
God, okay,
cash fund.
we made it, and I've got 5 minutes to spare. Yeah.
That was well done.
Okay, sorry to muscle, that was me muscling. So you get to witness what I would do when I get the bill anyway. Let me see, oh, problem, don't know, I marked it, you know? But now we did it as a group so that at least now we all, in my very hand gestured way, we are done. Nice job, team. Okay, Aaron, anything we need to know? That is, all right, so we've got all of our tools, most of our tools, and any more letters come in?
Can I ask a question about E1000, the capital expenditure cash fund?
Yeah,
It says that it's created to be administered by the Commissioner of Finance and Management in consultation with the treasurer. So does that come under F&M or does that come under treasurer?
it's gotta come other appropriations and probably institutions and corrections. Yeah, it probably is, it's got a bigger conversation around. Do we want to do it?
determined is the
Yeah, to be
answer.
determined. I wouldn't worry
So we
about
can
it.
both pay attention to it.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that one, Lynn. That one's gonna,
But here, yeah, okay.
that one's above both of our pay grades.
Okay, so we're not voting, I'm looking at the clerk.
Oh, yeah?
We're not voting on our, on the bill that we heard this morning, we're gonna do that tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, so they're still on the floor, they have not gotten to the House rules change
No.
yet.
Are they still on the elections?
No, they're past it, they voted that out, they were doing reach up the last I heard. But they had a couple more to get through,
Okay.
Stealthing going.
Well,
so we can't like go home or anything,
no,
because they're on the floor.
Yeah.
You can work here.
yes. You don't have to come out of the room if you don't want to. But I think I need to bring. Oh, yes. As much as we're sad to say goodbye to our screen friends, we're, have a good evening.